Behind the scoring of Andrea Riley and the improved play of Tegan Cunningham, the Cowgirls are off to a surprising 12-2 start. They'll get their toughest test to date as the Baylor Lady Bears prowl into town. It's the Big 12 opener, OSU and Baylor next. Live from Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, it's Cowgirl basketball on this Saturday afternoon. As today, the 23rd-ranked Cowgirls host the 5th-ranked Baylor Lady Bears. And alongside Ann O'Neill, I'm Chad McKee. Happy you have joined us here this afternoon. The Cowgirls have gone through a brutal non-conference portion of their schedule, and they've been the surprise of the Big 12. 10 new players, and yet a terrific start. Now, do we have any reason to believe they can beat the number 5 team in the country?
Oh, well, absolutely, Chad. This is a great opportunity to get the Baylor Bears. 2 seasons ago, OSU beat Baylor when Baylor was ranked in the top 10. They're playing with a lot of confidence and have great belief in themselves here today.
Brittany Griner arrived in Waco as the most ballyhooed recruit in the country, and she has not disappointed. Had 2 dunks in one game earlier this season and is averaging better than 6 blocks per game. Where has her impact felt more, offensive end or defensive end?
Oh, well, there's no doubt that Brittany Griner is a game changer on both ends of the court, but with her 7'4" wingspan, I think her presence is felt mostly on the defensive end with her block shots, but also she's altering a lot of shots down there with her athleticism and long arms.
For the Cowgirls, it's no secret Andrea Riley is the little engine that can. She is the leading scorer in the Big 12, but does she get enough credit for the other things that she does?
Oh, absolutely. She's a do-it-all point guard. She orchestrates the entire OSU offense. You talk about her points, but she has 8 assists averages a game, and also she's just as aggressive on the defensive end, getting over 3 steals a game as well.
We expect a good one here this afternoon, as 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have been decided by 5 points or less. It is the Big 12 opener. It's the Lady Bears and the Cowgirls. You're watching OSU basketball.
With the revolutionary do-it-all, you can slice, dice, turn coal into a diamond, split the atom. It even doubles as a fishbowl. All for just $2. Too good to be true?
Yeah, but this isn't. Taco Mayo's delicious new $2 brisket soft taco with spicy Baja sauce. It joins the Baja Brisket Burger, Coney Island Chili Cheese Nacho, Sausalita Chicken and Rice Burrito, and the Big Beefy Chalupa Supreme to make the Too Good to Be True menu even bigger. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? Only at Taco Mayo.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Joe's Smile and Fun, flannel pants and hoodie.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Give them Oklahoma's favorite Joe's world famous t-shirt.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
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 You're watching Oklahoma State University Cowgirl basketball. Brought to you by Chickasaw Telecommunications, official telecommunications partner of OSU Athletics. By OERB, we are Oklahoma proud. By Chickasaw Nation, united we thrive. By OG&E, power at the speed of life. By Pizza Hut, get a pizza any way you want it for just $10. Hurry into Pizza Hut today. By Oklahoma Farm Bureau, we're okay, so you're okay. By Taco Mayo, it's totally unexpected. And by Verizon, official wireless partner of OSU Athletics. And time for a look at the keys to the game, and brings them to you, brought to you by Taco Mayo. Totally unexpected. First off for Baylor.
Well, for Baylor, as Andrea Riley goes, so goes OSU. She has the ball about 90% of the time, and Baylor will need to try their best to slow her down. Secondly, Baylor will have to win the rebounding game. Baylor averages over 14 rebounds a game, and they will need to control the war of the rebounds today. Role players for OSU, Lakin Garrison has stepped up her game the last 5 in double figures, and they'll need her hot shooting today to get a victory. And team synergy, especially on the defensive end. A lot of focus will be on Griner, but definitely need to check out the other players on the floor, make it a team defensive stop.
And keys to the game brought to you by Taco Mayo. It's the Cowgirls and the Lady Bears, and you're watching OSU basketball.
Excuse me, is this the returns line? Yeah.
Didn't get the 3G coverage you wanted this season? There's a map for that. To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, hurry into the Verizon Wireless Go Red Save Green event, where you can get 50% off select 3G phones like the Moto Rival, LG 8360, or the Samsung Omnia for just $24.99. Verizon Wireless.
Oh, and this one is tied up. Timeout Boston.
Man, I wish this game would never end. Hey, send it into overtime. Yeah, no problem.
Boston's going to get one last chance. The pass up to Hampton for the win. Oh, he loses control. This one is going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
Oh, unbelievable.
Just after Oklahoma statehood, a company was founded that transformed the way Oklahomans communicate. Today, Chickasaw Telecommunications continues to provide a variety of services in your community. Home phone, business phone, long distance, high-speed DSL, and complex business services are offered at unbeatable prices and unmatched customer service right here in your area. So no matter whether you're a business, a family, or one of our OSU Cowboys fans, Chickasaw Telecommunications has you covered.
It is time for the Cowgirls starting 5, brought to you by Chickasaw Nation. United we strive. The Cowgirls have had 9 players who have started at least 1 game this season. Here is the look today. Megan Byford starting just her 2nd game of the season. At the post position, you see Garrison, Riley, Cunningham, and Precious Robinson getting the start for Kurt Budke's squad. And what a magnificent job Coach Budke has done. His 5th season here at Oklahoma State has an 82-59 record. And when you throw in his couple of years at Louisiana Tech, he's 162 wins and only 75 losses. Garrison Riley being the 2 in the backcourt, and you see it for Baylor. It's Griffin, Washington, Condrey, Medlock, and we highlighted Brittany Griner in the open. Griffin is the lone returning starter from last year's team, man.
Oh, you know, Baylor coming in with so many new starters. It's a very young squad for both teams, but both ranked nationally and playing great basketball this time.
Kim Mulkey, already a Hall of Famer, the head coach of the Lady Bears, the 2005 NCAA championship. NCAA appearances, well, they've had 8 and 9 20-win seasons. There you see her. Cowgirls huddling up one final time. An interesting contrast in styles. You have the perimeter play of the Cowgirls, who lead the Big 12 in 3-pointers taken. Baylor, fewest 3-pointers taken in the conference.
Well, for Baylor, when you've got a 6'8 center, you want to get it inside, but even with all of the attention going on Griner a lot of the time, that's going to open up a lot of the other players like Medlock and Jones to get some really great shots.
Good crowd filing in as you see the head coach of the Cowgirls, and we mentioned his record at 82-59 at OSU. First season as head coach, they were 6-22. In season number 2, 20-11 for the NCAA tournament. What a remarkable turnaround for that man. And, of course, both these head coaches mentored by the legendary Leon Barmore, who is now on the Baylor staff. And the Cowgirls win the opening tap and go to work in their all-white uniforms. This is Andrea Riley. And charged with keeping track of her will be Kelly Griffin today. They hop out on Lakin Garrison way behind the three-point line, as she has that kind of range. Riley, a quick 3. And there's Megan Byford stepping in, the senior, claiming the first rebound.
Great rebound there by Byford. You look at the Baylor players, they all have their eyes on Riley because they know that she's going to make something happen with the ball.
Byford gives Riley a little screen. This is Tegan Cunningham, and it's a 3.
2 threes off the start
this year.
2 threes off the start for Oklahoma State. They were not willing to shoot that.
Reiner posting up against Byford. The double team comes. That's tipped out to Medlock. Good jump stop, but it's rejected inside. Robinson got it, and there's Griner with the third shot, and that's what Baylor will do. They'll beat you to death on the offensive boards.
Well, like we said, it's not just one player to concentrate on. These Baylor girls are going to crash the offensive boards, come flying in there like she just did.
Foul is on Megan Byford. First foul of this game, and right away Griner has a chance at a three-point play. Only 4 NCAA teams have more blocked shot than this young lady. She is a good free throw shooter, though. Didn't show it there. She's 72% on the year, but missed that one.
This is just going to be a fun contest to see the excellence of Riley. You see her there taking it to the hoop and adjusting her body, trying to go up around the long arms.
They say last touch by Byford, so Baylor will get another shot at it.
What we've talked about, we've just got two of the best players that are coming through the Big 12, a freshman in Brittany Griner and a senior Andrea Riley. So this is just a great, exciting game for us to even be here to watch.
And the crowd, they are up in the upper deck to start this game. Lower bowl is about 3/4 of the way full, so a terrific crowd. The men will play it later on here, the OSU men and Texas Tech. Griner, a post opportunity again, and traveled with it. Byford bodying up with her, and Griner shuffled her feet.
Byford from the get-go, number 33, doing a great job being physical down there, and that's what she brings, is that blue-collar work ethic. You see her posted defense right here. She's not afraid to throw her muscles around in there, get Griner off the block a little bit.
Tegan Cunningham using a Byford screen. That ball knocked out of bounds, nearly a steal by the quick hands of Taryn Condrey.
Like you mentioned earlier about Layton Garrison being shadowed, number 20, she's not even letting her get a look, even if it's 40 feet away from the basket.
Shot clock already down to 10 as Riley sidesteps over to the wing and tries to work a play with Byford giving her a screen. 5 to shoot. An air bank there. Cunningham puts it back up and in.
Nice offensive rebound there, even off their bad miss, but get that offensive rebound, put it back in. It's a good start for OSU.
Cunningham averaging nearly 8 rebounds per game. And a traveling call against Condrey as she shuffled the pivot foot there. A couple of early Baylor turnovers. Let's look at the replay.
Missed the rim, but was able to get it quickly enough before Griner came over with her long arms. Good finish there by Cunningham.
Cunningham really one of the biggest differences this season for that man. She was a junior college All-American coming out of Seward County and didn't have the best of seasons a year ago. She has completely turned it around this year.
Well, with junior college players like Cunningham we're talking about, you come in as a freshman or as a junior, you still have to learn your role on the team and get adjusted to playing against better teams in this Big 12 conference. And it's obvious that this year, upping her average about 7 points a game to 17 this year, and very consistent player. She's found her role and has really been a key to the success of OSU.
Riley missing for the third time in the early going, and I believe Byford has just picked up her second foul in the first 3 minutes of this game, necessitating a move to the bench by Kurt Budke, and we will get Lindsay Keller into the game. Keller has started 11 of 14 games, so no surprise to see her this early, even if Byford wasn't in foul trouble.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to go with Byford, the senior, starting off the Big 12 conference and having a tough matchup down there on the post, but Keller will be able to come in and definitely offer some more good looks, especially from the outside offensively.
Griffin's foot was on the line. She knocks it down anyway, and Baylor retakes the lead. That's only her 5th three-point make of the season.
Great
Riley crashed into down there, and she will go to the floor. She's similar to, say, an Allen Iverson in the NBA, on the floor all the time.
Oh my goodness, you just look at the speed and footwork of her. She's able to go up, maneuvers her body, and sees Griner coming over. And that's great because she gets to go to the free throw line, kind of get more confidence after she missed the first couple of shots, long shots, and also gets their best player into foul trouble.
Riley hits the first. Good foul shooter, 76%. Big 12 leader in scoring and assists.
That's just incredible from a point guard position to be able to lead your team and have so many, so much rely on your shoulders, but she's able to get everyone else involved and makes everyone else around her better, which is going to do great things for them this season and, as an individual, help her out probably in the professional league.
That's the 3rd traveling violation in the early going against Baylor, as Medlock is called for that.
Both these teams are having to slow down their offenses here. You see a lot of set offensive steps there. You see another travel, but both of these teams like to get up and down the court, averaging Oklahoma State likes to average about 78 points a game, Baylor around 83, so they want to get in this transition game. That's more of their flow.
And here's Condrey on the move. Griner wide open inside. A little reverse lay-in, easy for her.
Just kind of like that. You get the 2-on-1 fast break and able to get a nice, easy bucket.
Riley back out to the point spot. They had her over at the 2 for a couple of possessions.
See how far extended Oklahoma State's offense is. Baylor's pushing them out that far, pressuring the ball.
5 to shoot for Keller. It's a 3. The friendly bounce here at home.
Great shot there by Keller, and she can hit those outside shots. Even though she's a center on the stat sheet, she can still hit the three-pointer.
Well, she's 7 of 15 from three-point range on the season. A traveling call against Baylor, and a good start for Kurt Buckey and the Cowgirls. A 1-point lead for OSU as we reach our first media timeout. You're watching OSU basketball.
Oklahoma severe weather can knock out the power. So keep a flashlight and radio handy.
If your power's out, be sure to call OG&E to let us know.
Meanwhile, we'll work to restore your power.
Any weather
or any out.
Emergency services come online first,
like hospitals.
Then other areas come online as fast as possible.
In fact, our crews have been called some of the best in the nation.
You and me and OG&E, let's stay safe together.
With the revolutionary do-it-all, you can slice, dice, turn coal into a diamond, split the atom. It even doubles as a fishbowl. All for just $2. Too good to be true?
Yeah, but this isn't. Taco Mayo's delicious new $2 brisket soft taco with spicy Baja sauce. It joins the Baja Brisket Burger, Coney Island chili cheese nacho, Sausalita chicken and rice burrito, and the big beefy chalupa supreme to make the too good to be true menu even bigger. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? Only at Taco Mayo.
Back with you at Gallagher-Iba Arena, and OSU fans, be sure to visit BringTheRowdyBack.com for everything you need to know about the Cowboys and Cowgirls, from tickets to highlight videos, game times to news stories, and much more. BringTheRowdyBack.com. They are not rowdy yet right there, those youngsters, but they will be, trust me, before the day is said and done. Early on, 4 Baylor turnovers. Lady Bears average 19 a game. OSU, the least turnovers in the Big 12 at only 14 a game.
14 is a great number for a team to be around. 7.5, you might have a travel here or a charge there, but especially as much as OSU likes to run, and as we talk about it, there we have our first one. But very good decision maker with the ball when Riley has it in her hands.
Riley trying to lob that back door to Cunningham. And a Cowgirl foul to boot. That'll be the first on Keller. Team foul number 3. See the early shooting numbers. We mentioned Baylor does not take very many. Great drive and slashing right through the defense is Washington.
Great attack there. It looked like Oklahoma State came out in the zone trying to pack it in and was able to cut through that. And then you talk about the shooting, Oklahoma State kind of relying on that three-point shot, or maybe they need to attack it a little bit more like Riley did and got to the free throw line earlier.
1-point Baylor lead. Shot clock under 10 already. Cowgirls being patient. Good defense by the Lady Bears. Keller will have to give it a heave, and that'll be a shot clock violation. And the second Oklahoma State turnover in as many possessions.
It looks like they've been really running the clock down low, been running their offense from about 40 feet out. Really need to attack, get Riley coming off with some screens, being able to kick, and continue what they've done so well in the preseason.
Dump down, this is Medlock, and a nice slash to the basket. 2 buckets in a row for Washington.
Great ball movement there by Baylor, able to get it to the short corner, and the girls are cutting to the lane, getting nice, easy looks under the rim.
Andrea Riley stomping her foot. calling Lake and Garrison to come get the basketball. Not much happening right now.
Well, very, very extended defense, almost a 2-3 zone matchup here by Baylor. And that's the kind of play we're talking about there with Cunningham attacking the rim, breaking into those open areas.
Cunningham misfiring off to a slow start at 1 of 3 from the floor. Cowgirls will keep it with a fresh shot clock.
And with all these new players for Oklahoma State, you know, starting out their first Big 12 game, I think it's imperative that they get the momentum and kind of confidence they need to in the first opening minutes here. They've done fairly well so far. They just need to be able to knock down a couple more shots.
Baylor with 13 straight wins. Lost their opener to the Tennessee Lady Vols. Riley from Tulsa missed it. Very perimeter-oriented right now for Oklahoma State. Now 1 of 8 from three-point range. Trying for her third bucket in a row. Washington couldn't find it.
And this is off to the races like Oklahoma State likes to do.
Kick out for Garrison, a 3. Yes, sir.
Now that's their kind of game, hitting that long 3 ball there by Garrison, getting them in the offensive end, especially Baylor kind of back on their heels on the defense.
Garrison will knock them down from outside. 38% for the season. Griner the post up. And an easy look over the top.
And Griner has some great touch with the basketball. You know, didn't really know exactly what we're going to see coming out of her today, but great footwork and hands. Really nice soft touch over top of the rim.
Garrison once again. She's found the range.
Wow, range, definitely. Her teammates call that lake and land. She's almost better from 4, 5, 8 feet behind the line than she is closer to the three-point line.
She had made 16 threes in her last 5 games coming in, as you alluded to. There's Medlock underneath. Perhaps the shot was effective from behind by Tony Young.
Missed shots by Baylor and a good rebound by Oklahoma State gets them more into the running game. Can find an open player like Cunningham right there on the block.
Nice tip rebound by Griffin. And here's Medlock. Condrey. Lady Bears running that time.
It's worked the last couple times getting Garrison off the screens. See what kind of breakdown they can do against this zone.
Riley with a pull-up. Out of bounds, and Tony Young touched it last. Let's look at Garrison and how hot she's been.
Look at this great drive there by Riley, putting it up about 4 feet behind the line. She's got a quick release with high arch. That's what a shooter you need to look like. All the young gals out there working on your shot. That's how you do it.
Lady Bears get Ashley Field into the game, along with Lindsey Palmer. Griffin at the controls. This is Palmer, and that's Field.
Great strong rebound there by Keller to get it out.
Can Cunningham find the range? Griffin rebounding and running for the Lady Bears, and Riley cuts her off in the front court. Condrey, too strong. Rebound tipped right to Griner. She doesn't need any help, and the Cowgirls inside clobber Condrey. Or beg your pardon, clobber Field, and she'll shoot a pair. 14-13 Baylor in a seesaw game with 11:42 to play in the first half. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirl Sports Network.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a deal for you. Choose any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings, and pay just $10. You want a large meat lover's pizza? $10. Maybe you're more of a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking of a combination of your own? That's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for just $10. All your favorites, now just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Just after Oklahoma statehood, a company was founded that transformed the way Oklahomans communicate. Today, Chickasaw Telecommunications continues to provide a variety of services in your community. Home phone, business phone, long distance, high-speed DSL, and complex business services are offered at unbeatable prices and unmatched customer service right here in your area. So no matter whether you're a business, a family, or one of our OSU Cowboys fans, Chickasaw Telecommunications has you covered.
I wish this game would never end. Hey, send it into overtime. Yeah, no problem.
He's going to get one last chance. The pass up to Hampton for the win. Oh, he loses control. This one is going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
Oh, unbelievable.
Welcome back to Gallagher Iba Arena. Taco Mayo is a proud supporter of the OSU Cowboys and Cowgirls. Try Taco Mayo's new Baja Brisket Soft Taco, part of our incredible $2 Too Good to Be True menu. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? At Taco Mayo, totally unexpected. 14-13, Baylor the lead. And what stands out to you right now?
Right now, just within the first, few minutes of this game, Andrea Riley seems to be a little frustrated right now with her shot. She's 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from three-point range, but she's had to put them up there from the back, and I'd like to see her attack the basket a little bit more and get more confidence shooting closer shots.
Field is 67% foul shooter.
Even talking about Riley, throughout her career, she's played a lot of top-ranked teams, and usually she's at her best against top competition, averaging over 23 points a game against ranked opponents. So I'm sure she'll turn on her Jets here pretty quickly.
So both free throws are good. 16-13. This is the largest lead of the game, actually equals the largest lead for the Lady Bears. Baylor all over the Cowgirls. This Baylor ball club leads the Big 12 in field goal percentage defense, and Keller called for an illegal screen running into Palmer.
Great defense. The Bears are just continuing to extend their defense, kind of getting the Oklahoma State players a little frustrated.
That's 2 fouls on Keller. 5 against the Cowgirls. Reiner from the foul line, yes.
And you usually see her on the block, dunking or making some good moves, but can step out there and hit that 12 to 14-foot jumper.
And a 6-0 spurt by the Lady Bears as we approach the 11-minute mark. They lead by 5.
I like this offensive strategy now Oklahoma State's come out with, setting a lot of screens on the three-point line, trying to get that dribble attack and getting some other players open.
Riley just can't get free. Finally wiggles inside, a two-pointer, and it's her first field goal.
She's such a great stop and pop shooter coming off that screen. That's her bread and butter, and continue to do that, kind of get her more adjusted into the game.
Reiner wasn't ready, but got it anyway. The dump down to Field, and she bangs her way in. The Big 12's leading field goal percentage player works her way for a deuce.
And look at that offense by the Baylor Bears. Great high-low. Reiner can usually pass over top, and then a huge three by Garrison on the other side. She likes this right side of the floor.
If she gets any further outside, she'll have to take a seat next to us.
She is on fire already.
Third three-pointer already.
Yeah, and she was one that we talked about was going to have to step up and play well, and she's ready to go.
5th Baylor turnover. Another opportunity for the Cowgirls to tie or take the lead. Riley for 3.
That's a lot of confidence right there. Long three-pointers, you can live and you can die by them, and right now they're starting to fall. Riley's picking it up. Garrison's doing a great job. Now Cunningham will probably have to get into the game a little bit with her three-pointer.
Cowgirls are 5 out of 14 from three-point range. Condry to Field. An inside game. It's going to be there all day long.
And that's why Baylor Bears shoot 54%. They're getting great looks, great passing ability by all their posts and forwards on their team.
.15 to shoot for Garrison. Cunningham is the one left open this time. She's close, but has not found it just yet.
Great ball movement, though, by the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Griffin lost the dribble and finds a wide open Field for the easy deuce.
Excellent passing and ball movement on the side of Baylor.
Lady Bears really work the ball effectively. They have 7 assists already. This is Riley again.
Tough step back shot there for Riley, but she can nail that down too.
was standing on the sideline as she caught it. Right by the Oklahoma State bench was Palmer. Byford is back in for OSU with her 2 fouls, and Washington returns for the Lady Bears.
Byford and Keller, huge games for them to step up physically and make their presence known down there on the block.
We also see Jordan Madden, freshman guard for the first time for Baylor, and Tony Young returning for the Cowgirls as Precious Robinson gets a breather. Cowgirls have been content to slow the game down, run their sets.
They have done a great job doing that. I think that's a good matchup there by Riley attacking, leaving Cunningham open for the 3, and she gets one to fall. It's a good sign for the Cowgirls.
Figured it would start at some point. Cunningham ties it at 24.
Absolutely. That's their kind of offense. High pick and roll, and get Riley with her speed going to the basket.
Reiner triple team. Tony Young tracks it down, and the Cowgirls can take the lead. The pull-up. Griffin galloping the other way. They don't cut her off. She's all the way in. Big rebound by Field, and that banked home by Washington.
The Bears are starting to throw all players on the offensive boards. They're not sending anyone back. They're all attacking, looking for the easy, quick shots off the miss.
Lady Bears with a 15-9 rebound advantage. Riley will give it a go. Right into the hands of Byford. Wisely resets it for Riley. Tony Young.
And I think that's just a huge possession. Byford with a great offensive rebound, has the heads-up play to know that Griner's probably behind her and ready to block that shot, but kicks it out, and they're able to get a nice, easy 2-pointer in the lane.
.15 to shoot for the Lady Bears. Griffin from deep, and she rings the bell.
Nice shot for Griffin, and they can start opening up the center a little bit more with her knocking down the 3-point looks.
We approach the under 8 media timeout. It's Baylor's first 3-point make of the afternoon. Great feed to Young, but she couldn't make it.
Gotta finish those little baby shots underneath the basket. Not very many times you're gonna be wide open like that. Great kick by Riley.
Cowgirls reach in, and I believe Byford has picked up number 3, or did they get Young? We will let the official tell us for sure. It's Byford, and it's the 3rd on the Cowgirls seniors. Baylor 29, Oklahoma State 26. Tegan Cunningham ringing the bell. You're watching OSU basketball.
Hey. Your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way? No, you good.
To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to Verizon Wireless, where you'll find smartphones under $100, like the BlackBerry Tour, Droid Aris with Google by HTC, or the new BlackBerry Curve for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
My name is Wyatt Parker. I am 20 years old. I am a composer, and I am a Chickasaw. The way I prefer to express myself is through music. I like all the obvious guys, Mozart, Beethoven. The way that I like to come up with music is really not to come up with it at all. I just like for it to kind of appear in my head. It's about listening. You have to be a good listener in music as in life. I would say the Chickasaw Nation stands for its people. I would want to be known as a Chickasaw composer who is trying to do great things with music. With all the opportunities that the Chickasaw Nation is offering its people, it's a great time to be a Chickasaw.
Cowboy fans, you can get your Verizon Wireless updates for this year's signing day and find out who our new Cowboy football players will be by texting OSU to 79376. That's 79376. Oklahoma State signing day brought to you by Oklahoma Farm Bureau and the three-point shooting. It's live or die, and so far the Cowgirls have lived.
Oh, absolutely. It should be almost like 4-point shooting there for Lakin Garrison as far back as she is. But Riley got in the mix, and Cunningham hitting a couple. It's going to only keep getting better for them. They're trying to put it up. It won't go in if you don't shoot them, you know?
That's right. Washington, this is a 2.
Nice long shot there for Baylor, too. They're starting to hit a couple outside shots.
So a 5-point Baylor lead. This matches the largest lead of the game. Keller, a 3. A very quick shot that time. Here come the Lady Bears on the counterattack with Washington. Cowgirls trying to pack that zone in on Griner. They converge, leaving field open. And a good box out by Keller.
The more box out rebounds they can get, the more offensive transitions for Oklahoma State on this end.
Little pick and pop for Keller. Banked it around the rim and out.
They must really want to get her some shots and good looks going right away. I'm just so impressed with Baylor's ball movement right through here. You don't see a ton of dribble drives yet, but they can just really hit the open person throughout the zone defense.
Madden drives right around that zone and gives the Lady Bears their largest lead. And now maybe imperative the Cowgirls get a bucket or at least a really good look.
Definitely. A good look would be great. Continue what's been working for you here at the start of this, which has been the dribble drives, attack and kick. You know, especially maybe going to the free throw line since Oklahoma State's only shot 2 so far.
5 to shoot, Riley. And the three-pointers going a bit cold. 6 of 21 now. Griner and the Lady Bears beginning to put some distance between the two teams. Kurt Bunke realizing that takes a timeout with his team down by 9.
Well, excellent footwork down there by Griner. She's hard to stop. She can keep that ball above her head, but as well she can pivot and move her body around and that nice touch over the rim. You have to try to stop that down a little bit.
15-5 run by the Lady Bears, and Griner is 5 out of 7 from the floor.
Look at her. She's just got a great turnaround. You know, her back is usually to the basket, but keeps the ball up high. Again, great with the spins. And again, good touch over top of the rim. Not even having to use the glass on those shots. And Baylor, because of that, getting other good looks, have shooting 64%.
You see that run over the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
And you talk about their good-looking shots under the basket. That also leads to more assists. Like we talked about, not as many dribble drives. They already have 10 assists so far in the beginning of this game.
Kurt Bunke with a wise timeout, realizing he will get another one. After 23 seconds run off the game clock, we'll get our final timeout of the first half.
See a kind of play he drew up in the timeout.
Riley, the dump down for Young. She didn't want to shoot it with Griner right there. Shot clock at 10 for Garrison. Now Riley with 2 to shoot, and it's blocked and taken by Medlock.
It's just a tough shot. You know, she's had so much attention on her this whole time. She hasn't really been able to shake anybody. She always has a hand in her face with a contested shot.
Griner posting. Washington finds her. Nice backside look for Medlock, and the Lady Bears really pulling away now.
And that little dump down pass has worked extremely well for the Lady Bears.
So we reach our final media timeout of the first half. It comes with Baylor on top by 9, and the Lady Bears playing some good defense this afternoon. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowboys Sports Network.
Just after Oklahoma statehood, a company was founded that transformed the way Oklahomans communicate. Today, Chickasaw Telecommunications continues to provide a variety of services in your community. Home phone, business phone, long distance, high-speed DSL, and complex business services are offered at unbeatable prices and unmatched customer service right here in your area. So no matter whether you're a business, a family, or one of our OSU Cowboys fans, Chickasaw Telecommunications has you covered.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a deal for you. Choose any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings, and pay just $10. You want a large meat lover's pizza? $10. Maybe you're more of a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking of a combination of your own? That's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for just $10. All your favorites, now just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Math, it sounds wonderful, but never adds up. Say we double, or triple, even quadruple current wind and solar production. It still won't cover even 5% of America's energy needs. See, alternatives require time, and America requires energy. Oil plus natural gas equals uninterrupted progress. Beyond this year, this decade, for generations to come.
Well, can't make it to the game? Forward your tickets to a friend and make sure someone is in your seat. Visit okstate.com to forward your tickets today. And pack this place.
That's a great idea, kind of like a StubHub idea, but you're able to get those tickets no matter what. People do want to come watch these guys play. This is a great atmosphere for women's basketball, and you talk about the Big 12, you're talking some of the best attendance in the country. Kansas State, Iowa State, Texas, and even the men are here getting ready to watch for their game tonight, but they're ready to watch and want to be a part of this action as well.
So Medlock at the foul line for the Lady Bears. She can make it a double-digit lead. Still can do that. And how critical are the final 4 minutes? First 4, last 4 of any half are very vital, but for Oklahoma State, with the type of run Baylor's been on, how critical is it at this point?
Yeah, I think especially going into halftime, they need to be able to build up their confidence a little bit, maybe knock down a couple of shots here. It's very important so they can go in thinking they have a chance to chip away at this lead in the second half.
Taryn Condrey returns for Baylor. You see Madden having a seat. Baylor with a 10-point lead. Tegan Cunningham back in. And she's held. It'll be on Washington. That is only the second team foul against the Lady Bears, and the crowd here has noticed that.
They always notice that right away. Get to the free throw line, and why are we fouling so much?
There hasn't been much penetration, much inside game for Oklahoma State.
Exactly. I'd love to see Tony Young get a little bit more aggressive. She's very, very athletic. Can get things happening. A great shot there by Riley, but you got to have offensive rebounds too to make that happen as well.
Riley kind of a sigh of relief after that one went in.
And she kind of just stopped and was like, thank you for going in, finally. Taking the lid off the basket there for her.
Riley's second made 3 of the afternoon. She's 2 for 9. 7-point game. Griffin and Griner play catch. Griner misses, and there's Cunningham. It looked like Condrey mistimed her jump.
Well, they're going to come flying in there, and nice to see Oklahoma State if they can get on the offensive glass like that as well.
Griffin chases down the loose ball for the Lady Bears as we approach the 2.5-minute mark here in the first half. Kim Mulkey calling out a play for her ball club. Griner at the high post as they try to work her in there some. Washington can't find the range, and Griner coming over the back.
There you go. Great box out there by Keller to stay within the game and stay through the play. Griner's second foul. Looks like she's going to have to take a seat here. Kim Mulkey doesn't want to risk her getting her third before half.
And so Ashley Field returns to the Baylor lineup. That is only the third team foul against Baylor. 7-point lead for the Lady Bears as we approach the end of this first half. Riley calls out the play. Cunningham flashed free. A 3 on the way, and good. Cunningham cuts it to a 4-point margin. Cowgirls 8 of 24 from three-point range, and that's the second for Cunningham. Double team on Medlock. Through the lane she goes. Field grabs the rebound and muscles it away. And the Lady Bears shot clock has not reset. Don't know if they realize it. It's at 5 right now. Slashing in is Griffin. The pitch out for Condrey. And they beat the shot clock but can't make it fall. Here's Riley on the counter. All the way in. Beautiful hesitation move for the lay-in. and it's a two-point game. Kim Mulkey takes a quick timeout, and the Cowgirls are rallying here in the last 2 minutes. So Oklahoma State with an 8-0 run to trim a 10-point lead down to a deuce. We said how critical the final 4 minutes of the half would be. The Cowgirls have taken that to heart. Well, you saw some of the Cowboys here. The men's team, they were going through shoot around a bit earlier as they get ready for their Big 12 opener against Texas Tech. That's later on tonight. Former Cowboy Daniel Bobbitt will join me. We'll bring you the call from here at Gallagher-Iba Arena. Texas Tech off to a terrific start. They have some big wins as they beat UTEP. With Jared Shaw, one of the OSU freshmen. Texas Tech also a big win over 10th-ranked Washington this season in Pat Knight's ball club. Trying to start 1-0 in Big 12 play, but they haven't won here in Stillwater since 2003. We'll see what happens when you join us tonight. You see the spurt there. Last minute, 58-0, and there's a traveling violation against Medlock. 8 Baylor turnovers here in the first half. And the Cowgirls can tie or take the lead as we near the 1-minute mark. Cunningham lost the dribble, and we have an illegal screen trying to get Garrison free, and they whistle it against Bashara Riley. That is her first. 8 team fouls against Oklahoma State, but player control foul, so no free throw shot. Under a minute to play now in the first half. Jumper from Washington, no, instead a beautiful look inside, and another bucket for Field. Field into double figures with 10 points. 10 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Riley calls for Cunningham and Garrison to switch sides. Cunningham gets a screen from Young. Can't get open. 7 to shoot now for Andrea. She can't work her way free. Has to hoist a desperation 3. Lady Bears claim the rebound with Medlock. 6 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Griffin is called for palming the basketball. Got it caught on her knee. And the Cowgirls will get the final look with 4.2 seconds to play. And what do you think will happen here?
Oh, I see Riley going to get ready to shoot another 3. I see her getting a little step back shot, attacking the rim. Look at her right before half. Huge shot by Riley.
That quickness got her free, and she was wide open for the pull-up, and it's a 2-point game at the break. 38-36. Baylor led by 10 a short time ago, but a terrific run put on by Kurt Butke's ball club to close the first half. And we look at Riley's pull-up to end the first 20 minutes. Pretty pure for the Cowgirls senior.
Hey, Coach, amazing run to end the finish of the first half. What can you do to keep this momentum going?
Well, I mean, we've got to be able to continue to shoot the ball from the perimeter and make shots. We kind of got into a spot where that's all we were doing. You still have to penetrate. You still have to make 2, play 1 at some time, and hopefully we'll do a little better that second half.
All right, good luck to you, Coach. Thank you for your time.
All right, Ann, thank you very much. And Coach Butke has to be pleased within 2 points of the number 5 team in the country at halftime in the Big 12 opener. The halftime show is coming up from Gallagher-Iba Arena. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirl Sports Network.
My name is Wyatt Parker. I am 20 years old. I am a composer, and I am a Chickasaw. The way I prefer to express myself is through music. I like all the obvious guys, you know, Mozart, Beethoven. The way that I like to come up with music is really not to come up with it at all. I just like for it to kind of appear in my head. It's about listening. You have to be a good listener in music as in life. I would say the Chickasaw Nation stands for its people. I would want to be known as a Chickasaw composer who is trying to do great things with music. With all the opportunities that the Chickasaw Nation is offering its people, it's a great time to be a Chickasaw.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Joe's Smile and Fun, flannel pants and hoodie.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
Give them Oklahoma's favorite, Joe's world famous t-shirt.
Buy your clothes at Eskimo Joe's.
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 We welcome you back to halftime at Gallagher-Iba Arena, the Cowgirls and the Lady Bears. And tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable network. Remember, Verizon Wireless is the Cowgirls' preferred provider. And our Big 12 report is brought to you by Chickasaw Telecommunications, and an amazing start, as always it seems, for this league. 7 teams are ranked in the top 25, and the record is just astounding.
Well, there's no doubt that this is one of the best conferences for women's basketball. You look at the win and loss column here, 124 wins to 30 losses, which is over 80% winning percentage for the Big 12.
How surprised are you at Nebraska's 13-0 start there at the top?
Oh, it's just phenomenal. They're led by a great player, Kelsey Griffin, who's just having a great senior year. So obviously, when you come to the Big 12, you never know what you're going to get night in and night out. So these will probably change and fluctuate throughout the season.
And on the second page, Kansas picked way up there, second in the league. They've lost 3 games already. How's that happen?
You know, non-conference schedule always depends on their RPI and strength of schedule, who they're playing ahead of time. But again, like we said, these are all going to change throughout, even starting today. You never know what might happen in a Big 12 conference game.
That is your Big 12 report, brought to you by Chickasaw Telecommunications. We'll have more halftime coming up. You're watching OSU basketball.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a deal for you. Choose any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings, and pay just $10. You want a large meat lover's pizza? $10. Maybe you're more of a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking of a combination of your own? That's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for just $10. All your favorites, now just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Excuse me, is this the returns line? Yeah.
Didn't get the 3G coverage you wanted this season? There's a map for that. To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, hurry into the Verizon Wireless Go Red Save Green event, where you can get 50% off select 3G phones like the Moto Rival, LG 8360, or the Samsung Omnia for just $24.99. Verizon Wireless.
Something's missing. We know alternative energy like wind and solar will take decades to produce even a hint of our energy needs. But how much will it cost to research, build, distribute? Not millions or billions. New energy infrastructure will cost Americans trillions. With oil and natural gas, nothing is missing. It's here today. Abundant, dependable, ready.
Welcome back to halftime at Gallagher-Iba Arena. OSU and Baylor in the Big 12 opener. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless partner of OSU Athletics. We take a look at the next 5 games for the Cowgirls. It seems like every day or night you're playing a team ranked in the top 25. Kansas was picked second in the Big 12 preseason poll. And then at Texas will not be easy. At Colorado before Missouri comes to Stillwater on January the 26th. A rough road if you're going to play in the Big 12 South. You better be prepared night in and night out. We'll have more of your halftime show coming up in just a moment. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirl Sports Network.
I am Shay Buchanan, Special Olympics Athlete of the Year, and I am Chickasaw. I have scoliosis and problem with my joints and my arms.
it just amazes me every day to see her here whenever the doctor said, that there's a good chance that she may not be with you for very long.
The competition, it's real good. I throw my softballs far and I get a ribbon. In the next Special Olympics, I will run faster, throw the softball farther, and I will win.
And I thank God every day that I am blessed with her because she's my little angel.
I'd like to thank the Chickasaws and my friends and family for being there and loving me just the way I am.
And we have a 2-point game at halftime, as you see. The Cowgirls trailing the Baylor Lady Bears. Chad McKee courtside at Gallagher-Iba Arena. And we are happy to be joined by Stephanie Coy, who is the Education Director for OERB, one of our great sponsors on the Cowboy and Cowgirl Sports Network. I'll ask you, what makes education so important to OERB?
Well, one thing we figured out is that in a lot of textbooks across the state that there was nothing that was teaching students about the oil and natural gas industry, and so we really wanted to do something to change that. So a lot of our programs that we do have across the state are providing teachers with a curricula to teach students about oil and natural gas, since it is one of our state's biggest resources for jobs and for tax dollars.
So if our viewers and listeners on the radio want to find out more information on OERB and the programs, how can they do that?
Yeah, teachers and students could go to OERB.com to learn about scholarship programs that we have for students that are in petroleum-related majors at OU, OSU, and TU. And also teachers can find about how they can get curricula for their students to be able to teach in their classrooms.
Now, natural gas, a clean burning fuel. I know that's very, very important to you all. Why should it be important to everyone out there?
Well, like I said before, oil and natural gas is so important to the state of Oklahoma, and so anything we can do to heighten education, to have our students learn more about what's out there and what is fueling our state is only going to make Oklahoma a better place to live.
You see the sites all around the state that have been cleaned up. How many total?
Actually, we just celebrated our 10,000th site cleanup, which is such a great accomplishment, and all of that is made possible by oil and natural gas producers and royalty owners across the state.
Who's going to win this game?
Hopefully the Cowgirls.
Well, it's a 2-point game, and we appreciate OERB and their sponsorship of OSU Athletics and for being a part of the broadcast so that all of those folks across the state can see these games.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us. That's Stephanie Coy from OERB joining us. And we have a 2-point game at the half, and will rejoin me in just a moment. We'll look at some of the first half highlights and numbers after this. You're watching OSU basketball.
With the revolutionary do-it-all, you can slice, dice, turn coal into a diamond, split the atom. It even doubles as a fishbowl. All for just $2. Too good to be true?
Yeah, but this isn't. Taco Mayo's delicious new $2 brisket soft taco with spicy Baja sauce. It joins the Baja Brisket Burger, Coney Island Chili Cheese Nacho, Sausalita Chicken and Rice Burrito, and the Big Beefy Chalupa Supreme to make the Too Good to Be True menu even bigger. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? Only at Taco Mayo.
OG&E power lines aren't just overhead. They're also underground. So just like you stay away from lines above your yard, call before you dig in your yard. Power lines and gas pipes are buried pretty deep.
But you never know if landscaping or erosion has left them more shallow than you think.
So look before you climb and call before you dig.
You, me, and OG&E. Let's stay safe together.
Halftime of the Big 12 opener for both ball clubs here at Gallagher-Iba Arena. Baylor at one stage led by 10 points, but Oklahoma State with a tremendous run to close the first half. And as a result, we have a 2-point game at the break. You caught up with Coach Budke there. What do you think was the key to that run the Cowgirls made toward the end of the half?
Oh, wow. Making shots is always the key to the game, and they definitely did. Lake and Garrison hitting a few from outside, Cunningham and Riley getting into the action with a great pull-up jumper to finish the half. Always builds the confidence up going into the locker room.
The beauty of Coach Budke is his honesty. He's that way in interviews. He's that way one-on-one. And he said, hey, let's be honest. We've got to keep making shots. The three-point shot was falling. It kept him in it, and it got him back to within 2 here at halftime.
Oh, absolutely. Everything's always about making shots. They're shooting about 35% for the first half. Probably can up that a little bit more. But also defensively, very huge that Baylor's played so well on the inside. Might want to try to push the bigger girls out into the lane a little bit wider and make their shots a little bit tougher for them.
It takes Griner somewhat out of the game when the Cowgirls are that perimeter-oriented. She averages 6 block shots per game. She's nowhere near that right now.
Oh, absolutely. She's had to play defense out around the three-point line and free throw line where she's used to just standing on the block. But more so, importantly, is getting the Oklahoma State girls to keep on attacking and kicking to those open shooters.
All right, let's take a look at some of the first half numbers and see what stands out to us at the break. I know the three-point numbers for Oklahoma State are certainly going to stand out. 32%, and when you consider how many times they pulled the trigger from deep in that first half, 25 times. Do you think they'll shoot 53s by the time this game's all said and done?
Oh my goodness, that's so many three-point shots, but if they're going in for the most part, you know, that's a game-changing shot to get 3 points out of a possession. You see Baylor with that high percentage down on the block, 56%. That'll be something for Oklahoma State to key in a little bit more on their defense and also checking into the rebounds there that by Baylor, again, attacking the glass at all costs.
Turnovers, Baylor a somewhat unusually high number you would think, but they will turn it over from time to time. They've turned it over 19 times per game, 8 in the first half, but the Cowgirls have not really been able to get out and run so much. You would think the points off turnover number might be a little bit higher for OSU.
Right, and especially how Oklahoma State started off so well defensively, getting those steals right from the get-go. Kind of played a great first 4 minutes and then finished out with a great last 4 minutes. They need to be able to play that consistently over the next 20 minutes of this ball game.
And Oklahoma State only 4 turnovers to this point of the game. They turned it over the fewest times of any team in the Big 12. So, having said all of that, can the Cowgirls maintain what they've done as we head toward the second half?
I definitely think so. It's all about their momentum that they were in, and this crowd got crazy into it. I think that's something they're going to be able to feed off of and start this half out right.
Let's look at how the first half unfolded with our halftime highlights at the break. A 2-point game. Early on, Griner asserting herself.
She definitely did. She was able to step up on the block, and other players contributed again with their amazing ball movement by the Lady Bears. Was very, very impressive. Got them going right away from the get-go. And then Garrison, she was shooting it from everywhere, almost over here sitting by us, but making great shots. And again, Riley getting in the action, being able to kick the ball, getting her assists going on for this first half.
Tegan Cunningham and Andrea Riley are the highest scoring combination in the country. Now, neither of them had a great shooting first half. If you look at the two of them, 8 of 26 combined. So you think OSU is in this game, a 2-point game, and Cunningham didn't have a very good first half.
Right, they haven't even been completely playing at their top of their game. But at least for now that other players have stepped up, which we said was important, like Garrison and Tony Young doing a great job. And it's just going to have to continue and get them more in the flow to be able to make those outside shots like Cunningham and Riley can do.
Baylor's ability to share the basketball, they average an assist on about every other made field goal. And we saw that in the first half. They're just so patient in the half court. They know they'll see a zone because of the size that they have, and they are very patient in dissecting it.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that. They were hardly putting the ball on the floor, just passing it around like a ping pong ball until they found the open player. And obviously they were able to convert on the offensive end.
Well, Brittany Griner, we talked about her, first lady to dunk twice in one game in college basketball history. Haven't seen one yet because the Cowgirls have done a pretty good job pushing her away from the post other than the couple of buckets you see here.
Right, they have been able to. She does have a great touch, like we said, around 10, 12 feet off there. So she's not all about the dunk. She's a very versatile player that is going to be able to do big things for the Lady Bears program over the next 4 years.
Our halftime stats brought to you by OERB. We are Oklahoma proud, and we thank Stephanie Coy from OERB for stopping by here at the break. Second half keys. it's got to be pretty simple for Oklahoma State. That's keep making the three-point shots, and for Baylor, keep pounding the ball inside.
I definitely agree with you. Again, attacking the rim is what I think Oklahoma State will benefit from. More collapsing of the defense, and they'll be able to kick the ball to the outside for those open shots. And, trying to push the Lady Bears off the blocks, but, they've done a great job, and especially rebounding the Bears have.
Andrea Riley, in the first half, we saw her play off the ball from time to time. You mentioned at the outset of the game that she has the ball in her hands about 90% of the time. Does she have to have it all the time for them to win?
I think that's it. That's your go-to player, your All-American, your All-Big 12 performer. It needs to be in her hands. Just have to have great decision-making, people setting great screens for her at the top of the key, and then she's going to find those other players. They just have to spot up and be ready to shoot, and that's worked the first games of this season. Now it's going to just have to continue here for conference play.
Well, this is the Big 12 opener for both of these teams. The men will open Big 12 conference play coming up a little bit later on tonight, and we will have that game for you here on the Cowboy Sports Network. Travis Ford's ball club off to a 12-2 start, and they will play one of the biggest surprise on the men's side in the country, Texas Tech. They're in the rankings at number 22 this week. They're off to a 12-2 start, including a win over number 10 Washington. Daniel Bobbitt will join me, the former Cowboy guard, and we will bring you all of the action tonight from Gallagher Arena, the Cowboys, and the Red Raiders. About a minute to play, or a minute to go before we start the second half. How important is it for Baylor to come in and set the tone? They were picked to win the league. You come to the number 9 team in the league, at least as far as the preseason is concerned. You come in and drop a game like that. What does that say to everybody else in the league?
Well, they're living up to all the hype that was the number 5 ranking and the top pick in the Big 12. But as Coach Mulkey knows, every game you have to be prepared to play. And I don't think anyone's going to go undefeated in this league. You can play no matter what, at whatever level, but everybody's always going to be gunning for you in every game. And obviously Oklahoma State and other teams that have been ranked, everybody's going to be ready to play on game night.
You saw Andrea Riley's numbers, not a particularly good shooting first half. Made both of her free throws, and just 2 of 11 from three-point range. Still a 2-point game, and she has 14 points.
Right. She's a couple of those misses were at the end of the shot clock where she had to heave it up there. But for the most part, she's looking for her shot and still being aggressive coming off of screens, and that's what they need her to do. She's going to find her rhythm throughout this second half.
A stat we probably expected there. Baylor with a large advantage in points in the paint. And this is the first weekend for Big 12 conference play. We'll have some scores for you. Pass those along. 7 Big 12 teams ranked in the top 25, including these two who are about to go 20 more minutes and find out who gets off to a 1-0 start.
And excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, and that doesn't even count some of the teams that are receiving votes and aren't in the top 25, which a couple are right there, like Iowa State, Kansas State doing well. So very, very close. And this is, again, one of the best conferences for women's basketball, without a doubt. It's continued to improve over the years, and, great attendance, and just continue to get great athletes in here in the Big 12, men and women.
Oklahoma State begins in a zone. The same 10 players who started the game also start the second half. Griner a bit too strong and loses the rebound to Tegan Cunningham.
Great defensive stop to open the second half here for Oklahoma State.
Bear in mind the foul situation. Griner has 2. And for Oklahoma State, Riley and Byford have 2. And guess who?
She looks very calm and collected coming off that screen. Ready to stop and pop. Not too many emotions because she knows she needs to make shots to keep her team in the game.
7th lead change of the evening. Riley, the steal. Can she finish it? A reach-in foul. Count the bucket, and she will shoot 1, and she's got that look about her.
She looks so determined. Her eyes are glazed over, ready to rock and roll. This is what she does, is get that nice steal. She times it perfectly. Great thing about Andrea Riley is her body control going to the rim. She knows she can finish that shot and get an extra point at the free throw line.
Riley 3rd in the Big 12 in steals per game at nearly 3 per contest. Knocks down the free throw, converts the old-fashioned three-point play, and Kim Mulkey and the Baylor Lady Bears take a timeout. They've seen a 10-point lead go the other way, and the Cowgirls lead it by 4 as we start the second half. You're watching OSU basketball.
Excuse me, is this the returns line? Yeah.
Didn't get the 3G coverage you wanted this season? There's a map for that. To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, hurry into the Verizon Wireless Go Red Save Green event, where you can get 50% off select 3G phones like the Moto Rival, LG 8360, or the Samsung Omnia for just $24.99. Verizon Wireless.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a deal for you. Choose any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings, and pay just $10. You want a large meat lover's pizza? $10. Maybe you're more of a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking of a combination of your own? That's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for just $10. All your favorites, now just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Ever heard of feel-good math? It sounds wonderful, but never adds up. Say we double, or triple, even quadruple current wind and solar production. It still won't cover even 5% of America's energy needs. See, alternatives require time, and America requires energy. Oil plus natural gas equals uninterrupted progress. Beyond this year, this decade, for generations to come.
These youngsters right here already have the hang of it, and we want you to help bring back the rowdy. Visit bringtherowdyback.com for everything you need to know about the Cowboys and Cowgirls, from tickets to highlight videos, game times to news stories, and much, much more. Log on to bringtherowdyback.com to find out more. Andrea Riley single-handedly bringing the rowdy back to start the second half.
She definitely did. I think she started at the end of the second half, or end of the first half, and just continued with her presence on the court.
Griffin misses, Griner rebounds, and open is Washington for the lay-in.
And look at that, just like we had talked about with Baylor, great ball movement, rebound, kicks it out, and again, get another good look underneath the basket.
That halts a 16-2 Oklahoma State run dating back to the first half as Washington gets out in the passing lane, and the Cowgirls will have a spot throw-in.
We keep talking about the guards here for Oklahoma State. It'd be nice to see some of the post players also get in the action on the offensive end. Right here, like Byford and Precious Robinson underneath there. They've done a great job defensively. Just need to get a couple more looks out of her so they're not so reliant on Riley and Cunningham.
Riley, yes, with one on the shot clock.
Hey, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So she's knocking them down. Any way you can get points on the board.
3 for 3 in the second half. A three-point play the old-fashioned way, and 2 from behind the line. 9 points for Riley to start the half. This is a 2 from Griffin. Griner swats it out.
That looked effortlessly. Her just trying to tip over top of the back and able to volleyball slap the ball back to one of her teammates.
Medlock sends Byford sprawling to the floor. Let's look at this one for Andrea.
Look at her step out. Griner with her long arms can try to contest, but Riley was ready for it. A huge arch on that shot, and nothing but the bottom of the net there for 10.
She's shooting over a player who is 14 inches taller than her with 1 second on the shot clock.
Exactly. Griner thought she could get a piece of that too, almost standing in around the free throw line for that.
That's foul number 4 on Megan Byford. And so we will see Lindsey Keller reappear. Medlock hits the first free throw.
This is a good sign for the Baylor Bears to get Medlock in the game. Only had 1 point previously, but this is a McDonald's All-American player in high school you're looking at here. Transferred from USC. She's a great player, number 55. Might want to get her more into the offense for the Bears. She continues to be a great player for Baylor.
Instead, Medlock checks out as Field checks in. It'll be Oklahoma State basketball. Riley with 23 points. 9 of them to start this second half. Can she stay hot? Cowgirls have transformed a 10-point deficit into a 4-point lead presently. Cunningham works against Washington with 10 to shoot. Riley with 6 to shoot. Keller with a screen. Riley in and out this time. Beautiful rebound by Robinson, who sticks it in.
Great rebound for Robinson. Robinson. And that's what Oklahoma State needs to do, is throw more people at those offensive boards so they can get those up. Riley having to shoot with about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. That's where you get some extra points at.
First bucket for Precious Robinson. 6-point lead, largest of the game, and a push from behind. That'll be against Keller, bumping in to Griner.
And tough, the Oklahoma State, oh, look at this shot here by Riley. Again, we talk about this offensive rebound, and that was a way to go get it. She had to run and go get that ball after a great box out, and that's what they need to do down there underneath the rim.
Third foul on Keller. Byford has 4. Big-time foul trouble for the Cowgirls, and there's a bump against Garrison as Condrey was swooping to the goal.
And that's tough for the inside players. You know, they're just trying to move Griner off that block and get in great positioning, because that's what she's good at. Trying to make her step away from the basket a little bit more, and they're having to use a lot of muscle for that.
Away from the basketball, Griner whistled for staying in the lane too long. A 3-second violation.
Well, that's where she likes to be, so that's why they've been able to push her out a little bit, but tough turnover there for the Bears.
Cowgirls in no hurry. 6-point lead in the ball, but they've played at this pace virtually the entire game. And a whistle off the ball. That'll be a hold. That's against Washington. 2 on her. It's the 3rd on the Lady Bears this half. Cunningham, the quick trigger. Robinson follows it up. Griner fouled her.
Wow, how about Precious Robinson? Fantastic 2 plays from her. Take a look at this rebound. Missed shot by Cunningham, but Robinson, the heads-up play to pump fake and get Griner in the air. Now she's going to get to go to the free throw line, but 2 very athletic and heads-up plays there by Robinson on the offensive glass.
3 fouls on Griner. Precious Robinson cannot convert the old-fashioned 3-point play, but the Cowgirls have extended the lead to 8. So foul trouble both ways. Just a lob that's too tall for Griner. Way out of bounds. Medlock is back in, and Griner will go to the bench with those 3 fouls. We also see the freshman guard Jordan Madden return, and Condrey gets a breather.
I think these next few possessions here for Oklahoma State, offensively and defensively, are very, very important. They need to capitalize on when number 42 Griner is sitting on the bench with foul trouble.
So here's Riley. The Cowgirls a chance to extend their lead to double figures. Robinson spinning and fouled, trying to follow up her own miss. Ooh, I beg your pardon. They charge that to Medlock.
I like watching Robinson right now. She is fired up after those last 2 plays. She's ready to be aggressive, and now she gets to go to the free throw line trying to get that second rebound.
Kim Mulkey very irritated at that call. Precious Robinson back to the free throw line for a pair. Can't find the range. Precious Robinson 0 for 2 from the line today. And she's a 69% foul shooter for the year. So a 9-point game. Griffin splits the top of the zone, but short-armed that one, and Cunningham pulls it away. Cunningham called for traveling with it. Little ball fake, and then pulled the pivot foot before she got off.
Steph Cunningham has hit a couple shots so far, but still seems a little bit frustrated. They're really guarding her very, very tight on that defense, Baylor is. Be interesting to see what kind of offensive sets they're looking at. Oklahoma State set up in a 2-3 zone right now, packing it down in the middle.
It's only the 5th Cowgirl turnover, and the Lady Bears counter with their 12th turnover of the afternoon. We'll reach our first media timeout here in the second half. It's 50-41. The Cowgirls trying to pull the upset over the number 5 team in the country. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirls Sports Network.
With the revolutionary do-it-all, you can slice, dice, turn coal into a diamond, split the atom. It even doubles as a fishbowl. All for just $2. Too good to be true?
Yeah, but this isn't. Taco Mayo's delicious new $2 brisket soft taco with spicy Baja sauce. It joins the Baja Brisket Burger, Coney Island Chili Cheese Nacho, Sausalita Chicken and Rice Burrito, and the Big Beefy Chalupa Supreme to make the Too Good to Be True menu even bigger. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? Only at Taco Mayo.
Those are good-looking hats. We may sport those for the post-game show. All part of the fun at Gallagher-Iba Arena, and a lot of fun for Oklahoma State fans right now. They've turned Cowgirls have turned a 10-point deficit into a 9-point lead, and Oklahoma State played its first 6 games against teams that won at least 20 games a season ago. How has that prepared them for this type of test?
Oh, and that just gets them ready for this Big 12 conference, and 4 of those teams were already ranked in the top 25, so again, they're getting a look at number 5 Baylor, but again, like we've talked about, one of the best conferences in the nation for women's basketball, the Big 12. It's going to be exciting to watch it all, but these guys have been tested and they understand their roles now and they know how to win close games, and obviously they're all ready to step up today.
Robinson misfires over Griner. Madden bumped by Cunningham. Foul on Teagan is her first. It's the 4th against the Cowgirls this half.
Cowgirls have controlled the momentum over the past about 10 minutes of this actual game, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of ebbs and flows we have throughout the last 15 minutes here. See if they can control that, continue to press and make shots like they've been able to.
Double team on Griner. Short with that shot. Keller and Cunningham combine on the double team, and Cunningham the rebound. Cunningham wide open on the pass from Keller. Here comes Griffin on the move.
I still think that's a great look on the fast break with Cunningham spotting up.
Reiner, a skip pass tipped by Riley. Who will come up with a loose change? It's the Cowgirls. Precious Robinson. Riley rockets ahead, pulls the trigger and buries another.
Wow, that crossover is so impressive by Riley. She stops on a dime, crosses over right to left, and can hit that jumper. It's definitely like Allen Iverson.
Griffin the other way, missed it. Griner controls it, can't score it, but a Cowgirl foul. I believe Keller has just registered number 4, and that is the case. So Byford and Keller each have 4 fouls.
There's still a lot of time on the clock. If I was Baylor, I would continue to press it right back into the Griner. You see her this fast break. Riley is just as fast in the open court with or without the ball, and you see her there able to shove that defense down and get a nice crossover dribble there and stop and pop.
Griner can't find the touch from the foul line. So Tony Young will have to play extended minutes. The freshman will be called upon, and she's played well this season for Kurt Buntke's ball club, averaging about 16 minutes per game.
She's played very, very well in the game against Mercer. Number 15, Tony Young, had 16 rebounds. That's what she can do. Hopefully we can see Young and Robinson here playing some good basketball down in the blocks for the Cowgirls.
A reach-in foul there. They'll charge that one to Zachariason, who just checked in. First on her.
Team foul number 6.
Cowgirls get a fresh shot clock. Garrison gets a return pass. She can't pull the trigger. Garrison 3 of 4 from three-point range. They will not let her squirt free. The whole team's chasing her.
I don't want to be guarding her. I would be so tired, sweating around. They're doing a great job shadowing her wherever she's at.
10 to shoot. Garrison lost the dribble. Riley bails her out. Griffin rides Riley out. She'll pull the trigger. Two Cowgirls battling one another. Precious Robinson got tied up inside with Zachariason. The alternating arrow will stay on this end.
To the Cowgirls.
Washington returns, and Zachariason is out. Fresh shot clock for the Cowgirls. Under 14 to play. Crossover. The feed to Robinson. Couple of free throws coming up. That created by the penetration of Riley.
You get a loose ball right in your hands underneath the basket. Might as well put it up by Young. A very, very impressive ball handling skills of Riley. Gets this open look. People are starting to collapse on her, and ball ends up in your hands, and she gets to go to the free throw line.
Young misfires on her first charity attempt. 61% for the season. You see her numbers to this point.
You know, we've talked about Griner's ability to dunk the basketball. We've also heard that Tony Young can dunk as well. We've got a couple of players that can do it out here.
Indeed, she can.
She's a superstar track athlete, set the state high jump record. So she could get it done on a fast break, too. A lot of athleticism out here on the court today.
That's amazing. Griner can't find the handle. Precious Robinson takes it away. Riley the long look ahead for Cunningham.
And she's pumping her fist. Happy that one of them gets to fall. She continues to shoot and shoot her way out on a little bit of a slump, but great look there on the fast break for Cunningham.
13-point Cowgirl lead. Galloping in is Madden, and she's fouled. A couple of free throws here for the freshman Jordan Madden. Let's look at the loose ball, the baseball pass by Riley, and Cunningham's bucket.
Riley's eyes are always up the floor, and Cunningham knows to spot up. On the fast break, she's ready to shoot, and she can hit that. She's finally got a little energy in her face there as well.
It's the 6th team foul against the Cowgirls. Medlock is back in, replacing Griner. Cunningham and Riley, we mentioned the highest scoring duo in the country at 41 per game. They have 35 combined today. It helps when Riley drops in 25. And here she comes again, a full head of steam. Nobody cuts her off.
Oh, you can't stop her in the open court. She ran about 4 Baylor Bears right there. She's just so quick with the basketball, knows where to go, right to the hole with it.
Griffin off the mark. Robinson the rebound. Ahead it comes to Cunningham. Beautiful job to let the defender fly past, and another lay-in and a Baylor timeout.
Just look at all the excitement on the Oklahoma State players. High-fiving and chest bumping. This is a lot of fun.
The crowd on their feet, and it's been the runouts. We mentioned OSU's inability to really get out and run in the first half. It's been a completely different story here.
And a lot of that has to start with the rebounds. Baylor's missed a few shots, and they've been able to get the rebound and get it up the floor as quick as possible, getting everybody involved in the game, and that's how they like to play.
Cowgirls had 10 points off turnovers, 8 points off turnovers in the first half, already 12 of them here in the second half.
Oh, absolutely. The turnovers and missed shots have just led to open court transition buckets for the Cowgirls. And that's what fires them up as well. It's not just the points, but they're playing their style of game, and they're also very comfortable in that. Spotting up, taking it to the rim. And you can see that the Lady Bears of Baylor are a little frustrated right now with their offensive shots as well. You know, not as much energy down here for the Baylor team.
Baylor led this game at one stage by 10 points, and this is a 22-6 run for Oklahoma State overall. You see the fast break points. Madden misses that one. That's another area of great concern for OSU. The rebounding, they've done a good job.
Looks like Riley wants to set this one up, make sure she's got a good shot.
Madden chases her all the way out near midcourt. 10 to shoot for Riley. Breaks down the defense. Garrison an open look. Long look ahead for Medlock running the floor. Couldn't find it. The rebound for Field and a kick out to Madden. Baylor ice cold and Cunningham rips away the board. Washington bumped her underneath. And the Cowgirls are in the bonus.
Excellent rebound there by Cunningham.
Let's take a look at the board work on the part of the Cowgirls.
They box out, goes up and gets it, knows that people are coming over the top of her back and is able to pull it down, stay strong with the ball.
The under 12 media timeout comes with Oklahoma State leading Baylor 58-42. You're watching OSU basketball.
I am Shay Buchanan, Special Olympics Athlete of the Year, and I am Chickasaw. I have scoliosis and problem with my joints and my arms.
It just amazes me every day to see her here whenever the doctor said, you know, that there's a good chance that she may not be with you for very long.
The competition, it's real good. I throw my softballs far and I get a ribbon. In the next Special Olympics, I will run faster, throw the softball farther, and I will win.
And I thank God every day that I am blessed with her because she's my little angel.
I'd like to thank the Chickasaws and my friends and family for being there and loving me just the way I am.
Ever heard of feel-good math? It sounds wonderful, but never adds up. Say we double, or triple, even quadruple current wind and solar production. It still won't cover even 5% of America's energy needs. See, alternatives require time, and America requires energy. Oil plus natural gas equals uninterrupted progress. Beyond this year, this decade, for generations to come.
Welcome back to Gallagher-Iba Arena. 16-point lead for Oklahoma State with 11:44 to play. And Taco Mayo is a proud supporter of the OSU Cowboys and Cowgirls. Fans try Taco Mayo's new Baja Brisket Soft Taco, part of our incredible $2 Too Good to Be True menu. Why starve for $1 when you can fill up for $2? A Taco Mayo, totally unexpected. Totally unexpected, perhaps the proper caption for this game, would you say, Ann?
You know, I knew it was going to be a good game coming in. Oklahoma State playing here on their home court, but had no idea that they would be able to continue this great run that they have from the first half and, you know, kind of blow out this lead like they have.
Lead now 17 on the free throw by Tegan Cunningham. She has 12 points. Get to a rebounding number here in just a moment. This place goes quiet, but the Cowgirls are at the free throw line. Second half rebounding, Oklahoma State a 13-9 advantage. And look at the Baylor drought. There's another miss. Garrison in on Griffin and a nice block. And the Lady Bears will run. Double clutch and a great look there by Madden.
She kind of wrapped that around her head and was able to finish, but that's one of the first buckets that we've seen for Baylor here so far. So, you know, it's just been tough watching them. It's kind of been a domino effect of missing shots, and their confidence has kind of slipped a little bit. Maybe that'll pick it up for the Lady Bears on this half.
Riley the pull-up. She's still hot.
Again, snowball effect for her. The more that she's made, the more confidence she's had on every jump shot that she's taken.
Lady Bears snapping a 7.5-minute scoring drought. Riley comes right back. Here's Madden. Tony Young scuffling for the loose ball with Medlock. Riley gets involved, and the Cowgirls will take a timeout, but they will have the basketball.
Great loose ball opportunity there by the Oklahoma State Cowgirls getting on the floor. You love to see that as a coach, diving on the floor, skinning up your knees. Then a heads-up play by to call timeout just so they can savor that possession.
Each of these teams with so many newcomers, Oklahoma State with 10 and Baylor with 6, competing at a very high level both ways. They picked up on the system of the head coaches, and this league is as good as any in the country. These two teams, you're going to see games like this in the Big 12.
Oh, they definitely are, and like they've been tested in the non-conference. Baylor with the history and tradition that they've had, winning the national championship in 2005 and Sweet 16 last year, and Oklahoma State continuing to get better and better each year. And you obviously can see these young kids want to be a part of something special and want to be a part of the Big 12 and these programs. So we got a lot of talent out here on the court today to watch.
29 points for Andrea Riley. Her season high is 44. Her career high 45, which she scored in this building in the Bedlam game against Oklahoma 2 seasons ago.
Man, that's a lot of points. A lot of good shots. She's been in the driveway shooting from since she's been a little kid.
Young took Griner right to the bucket and watched it swirl out on her.
Like we said about her athleticism, she got up there around the backboard on that layup.
Beautiful feed by Griffin, but Medlock missed. Griner the follow. Medlock another rebound. Cowgirls swiping away at the basketball. Riley reaching in, Robinson reaching in. Who will they get?
Sorry, I can sense there's a little bit more physicalness going on out here. Everyone's getting a little bit feistier to get those rebounds, starting to rip them down a little bit stronger and getting their hands in there. Everyone wants a piece of this.
Foul is the second on Precious Robinson, the 7th against the Cowgirls, so the Lady Bears are into the bonus. And Medlock, a 73% foul shooter. Loose ball cannot be controlled. Condrey touched it last. It'll be OSU basketball.
And that's been a key for the Lady Bears to kind of offset Griner as Medlock's going to take a seat, is the play of number 55, Medlock. She just hasn't really been able to get in the flow of the game. 0 for 4. She averages about 13 points and 8 rebounds, and just hasn't been able to either as much, and Oklahoma State's keyed in on Griner.
Mariah Chandler has replaced Medlock, as Ann talked about. Medlock unable to get going. Here's Young pulling up over Griner.
Young looks like she really likes this matchup that she's going to see throughout her 4 years here. Might not be as tall, but she's ready to take it at her.
Away from the basketball, bumping inside. Young making contact with Griner. And Young registers the personal foul. That's her first. Then Griner will go to the free throw line and shoot 1 and 1. Baylor just 5 out of 11 at the line this afternoon. This is a pretty good foul shooting team at 73%. And if the fouls continue to build up, as Young is out and Megan Byford brings her 4 fouls back into the game, but Baylor a chance to chip away at the foul line, but not if they shoot 5 of 11.
Exactly. Free throws, that's what they are, free points. And all you kids out there watching, you got to be able to make these, practice them over and over, as I'm sure the Lady Bears and Cowgirls always have, but making them in the big games is crucial, and especially when you can score with the time stopped, and again, chip away at that lead. That's what the Bears are probably going to attack, since there is 8 fouls on the board.
Griner calms things for the Lady Bears, sinks both free throws. So a 16-point Oklahoma State lead, just past the midway mark in our second half. Riley scoots toward the rim. That's a tough shot. Madden counterattacks for Baylor. Riley ball hawking from behind. Madden crashes into Cunningham and Byford, and a traveling call before the contact.
Well, I really like this number 3 Madden here, taking it hard. She's a freshman as well. She's got a lot of potential, but great athleticism taking it down the court. A little out of control on the shot, but she's trying to make something happen.
Little discussion there. 15 turnovers against Baylor. Kurt Budke, as he's done all day, let's slow it down and work through our game. And it has been greatly successful.
Well, they just changed this up a little bit. They were able to get a lot of those fast breaks, but every time they've taken the ball out of bounds after a made shot or a turnover like that, they've kind of slowed it down. Well, they're winning right now. Try to take off some of that time on the clock.
Tegan Cunningham at the trigger. Cowgirls getting a fresh shot clock on the miss. Riley once again. She's missed her last two.
Both teams have kind of slowed down the pace here over the last few minutes, but huge three there for the Lady Bears.
Condrey able to cash in and trim it down to a 13-point margin.
As the crowd starts to get into it here, they know that they need to be able to pick up the Cowgirls here. Been a little quiet last few minutes.
Riley running out front. Really have taken the ball out of Garrison's hands. No opportunities for her. She's 3 of 5 from three-point range. 6 to shoot. Riley will. Chandler with another rebound for Baylor.
You know, a lot of Riley's shots coming off these screens are over the top of Griner because that's who's setting the screen is Byford. So tough looks for her over those last 3 missed shots.
Chandler baseline, banks it home. The Lady Bears mounting a rally. And Kurt Budke and the Cowgirls take a timeout. They've seen the lead reduced from 18 down to 11. Cowgirls leading the number 5 team in the country. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirl Sports Network.
Hey, your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry, I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way?
No, you good.
To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to Verizon Wireless, where you'll find smartphones under $100, like the BlackBerry Tour, Droid Aris with Google by HTC, or the new BlackBerry Curve for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
Just after Oklahoma statehood, a company was founded that transformed the way Oklahomans communicate. Today, Chickasaw Telecommunications continues to provide a variety of services in your community. Home phone, business phone, long distance, high-speed DSL, and complex business services are offered at unbeatable prices and unmatched customer service right here in your area. So no matter whether you're a business, a family, or one of our OSU Cowboys fans, Chickasaw Telecommunications has you covered.
Pistol Pete entertaining the crowd as the Cowgirls have all afternoon long. 62-51 is the lead for Oklahoma State. Baylor in the middle of a 7-0 run, but Andrea Riley will be at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And what an afternoon she has had. 29 points, 11 of 27 from the floor. She's 4 of 15 from three-point range. And Little Dynamite, as she is sometimes referred to, has exploded today.
You know, you said she has 27 attempts at shots right now, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like she's shooting within the flow of the game. She's attacking. She's shooting when she's open because she can make those long shots over defense. Some of her shots have been at the end of the shot clock, but again, she's just playing so hard and has really carried the team throughout. It's going to be real interesting to see how these last 7 minutes play out for OSU.
Andrea Riley passed Lynette Jordan for the all-time Oklahoma State scoring mark back on December the 22nd. And she will set the bar awfully high by the time the season is all over with. The Cowgirls have a new school record for them with 33 three-point attempts today. Previous record about a year ago, 32 against Texas Pan American. And they're not done shooting the three.
It doesn't seem like that, though, no. They're a lot of fun to watch, especially when they go in. Gets the crowd into it and definitely can be a game changer.
And there's Brittany Griner, terrific freshman. Riley for 2 here. And she's up to the 30-point mark. 76% foul shooter. This is her 13th career game of 30 points or more.
And we said she plays her best against ranked opponents, and you're seeing it here today. She wants a victory as bad as anyone out there, and will do whatever it takes to get it done.
Condrey misses, and Tegan Cunningham scoops up the loose ball.
Even getting in that mix right there on that rebound, being able to tip it to a teammate, get an extra possession out of it.
Riley slowly walks it up. She'll attack with 10 on the shot clock. Riley, the runner. Chandler came away with the rebound, and here comes Griffin. That's a tough runner by Condrey. She got her own miss. Lady Bears reset it.
Both teams here in the bonus, foul bonus for free throws, so you're probably going to see a lot more attacking, trying to get to the free throw line by both squads.
Griner with a great dump down, and Chandler finishes.
Like that, Chandler with a couple of great baskets, clutch baskets here for the Lady Bears to keep them within reach.
4 points for Chandler.
You can see Oklahoma State's philosophy here. You know, if they don't have a fast break, they're going to slow it down and use all the time on the clock.
10 seconds to shoot. And Riley has it in her hands against Madden. Foul out front. 1-1 for Riley. Charged the personal to Madden.
And I think that's just a great heads-up play. She knows that they're in the bonus. She can attack and get a little hand check out on the wing, and she's going to be able to shoot free throws without even having to put the ball up at the rim.
Bonus time, double style. So 2 free throws here for Riley, as that is 10 fouls on the Lady Bears. Just looks as though she could sit there and knock those home all day.
Very confident going to the free throw line.
Got them both. Cowgirl lead back out to 13 points. Lady Bears don't shoot a lot of threes. Do they have to start taking more of them at this point and go away from the inside game?
No, I don't think so. I think that this is what's going to work for them. Look at that great offensive rebound and getting the close-in shots. Long threes, you know, they might still miss those. They're not as high a percentage, and that's what Baylor likes to do, is score those easy points where they can get a great percentage of makes.
A second chance for the Lady Bears, and Griner cashes in. That's 30 points in the paint. Keller misses. Here come the Lady Bears on the attack. Into Griner, a triple team and a shot anyway. Missed it and came over the back. Did Griner. That'll be number 4.
Great box out there by Keller. Griner likes that little fadeaway in the lane, and she's going to try to go after her misses like that. Got to be ready for any kind of over-the-back plays.
Griner has missed some close ones. She's just 6 out of 14 from the field.
You know, she really likes to turn over her right shoulder going towards the middle of the lane and shoot that over top of the rim. But again, with the miss there, she's going to try to go after a rebound, and Keller with a great box out.
The Cowgirls cashing in at the foul line right now. It's 12 out of 16 today for Oklahoma State. A 13-point game once again. We'll keep an eye on Griner's 4 fouls, nearing another double-double.
Oklahoma State matched up in the zone. They're trying to pack it in downside underneath the rim where they want to go.
Dump down inside. Chandler with a second chance.
And that's just such a hard play to defend. You think that Griner's going up for the shot, but all she does is turn over top of you and dump it down to one of her teammates. That's great offensive plays down there for the Lady Bears. Might be imperative here for Oklahoma State to get Garrison involved as well. She's been real quiet the second half. And every time I say something, Riley knocks down a 3. So again, she's phenomenal. If she can make it, why not?
36 for Riley, her 5th 3 of the afternoon.
And that really got the crowd into it.
Garrison called for the blocking foul as Condrey railroaded into her.
They didn't like that call. Pistol Pete even had to shoot off his gun at that call. He thought it was a charge.
Kurt Butke loosening the tie. And Kim Mulkey calmly encouraging her team. Condrey will shoot. They are discussing whether or not the foul was on the floor, I believe. It would be the 1-and-1 if the foul is on the floor. Oh, now they're talking to Pistol Pete about his cap gun. You see the officials. That was Melissa Barlow over there talking to Pistol Pete. You may want to holster that. That one rolls out. The Lady Bears, difficulty at the foul line. Now just 7 out of 15. Riley will let it run down to about 10 and give it a whirl. A pull-up for 2.
Wow. She is just jumping over defenders with her jump shot there. Off the dribble, she's got that quick pickup and release. One of the best jump shooters I've seen yet this year.
38 for Riley. This is a 2. Reiner able to tip the rebound to Chandler. She can't convert. There's Condrey. She forced it up. Reiner again. And finally the 2. And Kim Mulkey calls a quick timeout on the Baylor sideline. 14-point game. Lady Bears just playing volleyball with it that time.
They are. That's what Reiner does, you know, even adjusting the shots and tipping the ball on the offensive rebounds. It's hard to defend. And you know what's also hard to defend is Riley. I mean, I don't even know how you'd stop her. She's just got such a great jump shot, and she's confident with it. She's willing to put it up no matter what.
Griner and Riley, the stars coming in. And Andrea Riley, she'll shoot it over you, she'll drive you to the bucket and pull up, or she'll just go around you.
And she times it so well. I think that's something about her too, is like her movement. She'll slow it down and then knows right when she's ready to pick it up. She's got just enough space to get off that shot, and she's perfect. Look at her eyes. She's looking at where the defense is, and she knows that she can hit that. She's just been amazing. There's no doubt that she's going to be an All-American this year. And, you know, honestly, in the Big 12, with her stats and numbers and how well Oklahoma State has been playing, she might have a run for a Big 12 Player of the Year.
She's made 8 of 16 shots here in the second half. Struggled a little bit in the first half, and that's what we said. Neither Riley nor Cunningham had a great first half by their standards. Still, Oklahoma State was within 2. Hey, why would you not want to come watch this ball club? January 13th, we'll have a little bedlam. Then Nebraska comes to town, and you see they'll have Texas A&M. Gary Blair brings his ball club in on the 27th. Buy those seats and come fill up the building. Bring back the rowdy.
I feel like I might have to make an extra trip to Stillwater. I'm having so much fun today watching these guys. This is great women's basketball here today.
Cowgirls get it into Riley's hands. 14-point lead in the basketball with 3:15 remaining. Now with 5 to shoot, she'll pull the trigger. Anybody in the gym want to try to guard her?
We're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at her to see what's happening. She's just so stoked right now. Look at her eyes. She's focused. She can go right, left, off the dribble. She's very unstoppable today.
Griner tried to dump it inside, and Cunningham picked off that pass. Crowd beginning to sense it just a little bit. The number 5 team in the country is on the ropes in Stillwater.
We're starting to love to see what this team is made of this year. Again, just milking down the clock. If I were the Baylor Bears, might have to come out and start pressing a little bit, but, you know, you got Riley playing so well, it's hard to do any of that.
43 for Little Dynamite.
I just can't even believe it. It's awesome.
Fans, aren't you wishing you should have bought a ticket? Condrey ripples the net. The Lady Bears scratch back a 16-point game.
Well, if I was Oklahoma State, the last 4 plays have worked well, so why not try it again? Little one-on-one action. They're putting everybody on the baseline. All 4 Oklahoma State players are spotting down low in case someone does run at her, but she's ready to put it up.
She's 1 shy of a season high, 2 shy of her career high. Garrison, an open look for Keller. Cunningham is over the back, and that'll send Chandler to the foul line at the other end. We reach our final media timeout of the afternoon. The 23rd ranked Cowgirls on the verge of an upset. It's Oklahoma State 78, Baylor 62. You're watching OSU basketball on the Cowgirl Sports Network.
Something's missing. We know alternative energy like wind and solar will take decades to produce even a hint of our energy needs. But how much will it cost to research, build, distribute? Not millions or billions. New energy infrastructure will cost Americans trillions. With oil and natural gas, nothing is missing. It's here today. Abundant, dependable, ready.
You're watching Oklahoma State University Cowgirl basketball, brought to you by Chickasaw Telecommunications, official telecommunications partner of OSU Athletics. By OERB, we are Oklahoma proud. By Chickasaw Nation, united we thrive. By OG&E, power at the speed of life. By Pizza Hut, get a pizza any way you want it for just $10. Hurry into Pizza Hut today. By Oklahoma Farm Bureau, we're okay, so you're okay. By Taco Mayo, it's totally unexpected. And by Verizon, official wireless partner of OSU Athletics. Well, it's your chance to take advantage of $10 walk-up tickets for Cowboy basketball. OSU offering fans the chance to catch the Cowboys in Gallagher-Iba Arena for just a sawbuck, starting at 8 a.m. on weekday games or just 2 hours prior to tip-off for the weekend contests. Fans can visit the box office windows on the north side of the Athletic Center to claim their discounted ducats. $10 tickets not available for Texas, OU, or Kansas, but there is a game coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Andrea Riley with 6 made three-point baskets today. That ties her career high. 1 more, and she will break the school record for threes in a game.
You know, all the conversation and hype that surrounded Andrea Riley, she has definitely lived up to it and some after that. She is everything that you need a point guard, a leader, and an overall shooter to be. She's a game changer, obviously. Today, this is what she's been able to do, and she knows how to win.
And you mentioned the way she plays against top 25 teams. 31 games coming in against top 25 teams and averaging 22 a game in those contests.
That just means she thrives under pressure. She loves having that on her shoulders, and she knows how to be a big-time winner in big-time games.
Garrison with 3 to shoot. And a foul over the back on Cunningham. And Kurt Butke telling his senior, probably don't need that. Baylor will go to the foul line the other way.
She's still playing hard, trying to go after those offensive boards. But Baylor just, the last few 4 or 5 minutes or so, has kind of continued the same, just a little flat these last minutes. Even their overall energy, I think they've been kind of shocked with how much Riley has just put on her shoulders and taken off with all of her jump shots.
You see the look of concern, obviously, on the face of Kim Mulkey. What a terrific job she has done. They've won 13 straight games coming in. Of course, the 2005 NCAA champions, 8 NCAA tournament appearances. And with under a minute left, the crowd coming to their feet. They sense a Cowgirl upset. 13-point lead and the basketball. Lady Bears not doing much to contest it at this point. You just sometimes have those days, and that lady with the ball has had one. Loses the handle. Garrison will heave from half court, and a shot clock violation will give it back to the Lady Bears.
Tried to take off a little too much time on that possession there, but probably not going to affect the rest of this game with 13-point lead.
Madden will give it a hoist, an air ball. Precious Robinson a rebound, and the Cowgirls can just run it out. Oklahoma State going to upset the 5th-ranked team in the country, and the head coach applauds the effort of his young ladies.
He gives the crowd a little, let's get up and cheer, and they definitely are. They put on a fabulous show here for everyone here in Stillwater.
Fitting that she ends it with the ball in her hands. 43 points for Andrea Riley today. She scores 43 of the Cowgirls' 78 in a 13-point upset of the 5th-ranked team in the country. As the players and teams exchange their handshakes, Andrea Riley, what can you say?
I don't know what else there is to say, but Baylor just looks like they didn't even know what hit them there towards the end of the game. But this is a great team that's definitely going to bounce back and have a lot of more victories coming up in the Big 12. But Oklahoma State, what a phenomenal performance, all-around team performance here today, and Riley's just the standout leader for them.
We'll talk to the head coach when we come back from this break. It's a 78-65 win for the Cowgirls, and you're watching OSU basketball.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a deal for you. Choose any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings, and pay just $10. You want a large meat lover's pizza? $10. Maybe you're more of a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking of a combination of your own? That's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for just $10. All your favorites, now just $10. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hey, your map's blocking the game.
Oh, sorry, I'm just checking the other scores.
Is my map in the way?
No, you good.
To get almost 5 times more 3G coverage than AT&T, come to Verizon Wireless, where you'll find smartphones under $100, like the BlackBerry Tour, Droid Aris with Google by HTC, or the new BlackBerry Curve for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
Back with you at Gallagher-Iba Arena, and you see the final score there, 78-65. Number 23, Oklahoma State, over the 5th-ranked Baylor Lady Bears. And we are pleased to be joined now by the head coach of the Cowgirls, Kurt Budke. And Andrea Riley, when she came out for the second half, Coach, you could just tell. She scores the first 9 points of the second half, but she had that look in her eyes. Maybe we saw it in the OU game a couple of years ago. Did you sense that type of performance from her?
Well, when you've got her on your team, you always have a chance. You got a chance every game we play because she has the potential to do that any night. We talked about at halftime, getting off to a good start here in the second half, and just so proud of the kids. We had a little run right before halftime that maybe gave us just a little bit of confidence as we came back out in the second half, and we started the second half that way.
Yeah, the last 4 minutes of that first half, you trim a 10-point game down to 2. We always talk about the first 4 and last 4 minutes of each half. You got back in the game in that stage, and you did a good job on Griner. You know she's going to get looks, but if you make them tough looks, you have a chance, and your ladies did a good job with that today.
She's so awesome and going to be such a great player, but I'm so proud of my kids and how they came out and just fought and just gave everything they had. She's impossible to stop one-on-one. You got to get some help from somewhere. I thought the kids really listened to the game plan and gave us a chance tonight.
Coach, what was kind of the feeling there at halftime when they came in off that run? Were they psyched up for the second half? Obviously, they came out and just continued to push throughout.
You know, it just, again, that little run right before halftime, you could just tell when they went in the locker room, like there was a sense of energy in there and confidence in there that, hey, you know what, we can get this done. They are the 5th-ranked team in the country with a 6'8" center, and I think there's a little doubt in everybody's mind when you go up against that. But leave it to my seniors of Andrea and Tegan, and I thought they came out, and Andrea just, you know, Andrea is the best player in the Big 12.
Well, 1-0 in the Big 12, and what's going to happen next? A big game against Kansas coming up on Tuesday.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, we didn't get any favors done by starting Baylor and Kansas. Kansas is a great team. They had a tough time today, but you know they're going to bounce back. They got too many great players and great coaching, and we're going to enjoy this one just for a little bit here, and then we'll lock in on Kansas, because that is a quick turnaround. An 11 a.m. game won't be easy, but we're excited about being in Big 12 play.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations starting off 1-0 and a phenomenal game for us to watch here today.
Thank you very much.
Coach, congratulations once again. Go enjoy it for a little while now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, big games every night in the Big 12 Conference, and Kurt Butke's team gets a huge win today. Let's look at our OG&E power play of the game. Fitting that it comes from her.
And that strong play going up. We've seen her shoot jump shots, three-pointers, but she's quick off the bounce on the fast break and finishing there with the layup.
That's our OG&E power play of the game as the Cowgirls come up with a huge win, 13 points today, and Andrea Riley with 43 points. Tegan Cunningham finishes with 14. They limit Brittany Griner to just 16 points, and it's a pretty good building block as you head into that tough Big Conference schedule.
Absolutely. Coach Butke coming in said he didn't want her to get crazy numbers. They knew that she was going to be such a great athlete and a player for him, but you know, everyone stepped up and it looked like they had that belief that they could do it here tonight, and they sure did.
For Ann O'Neill, I'm Chad McKee. Thanks to Jerry Hayes and the entire crew. Join us for the men's game tonight at 7 on the Cowboys Sports Television Network. And you have